Homes. Find up-to-date service information on our website, crosskeyshomes.co.uk.
Just chirping a bit this morning, isn't it? Well, this afternoon. This time.
Log in to pay your rent, report a repair.
It's nearly 2 o'clock.
Please treat our teams with respect. We are here to help, but if you use aggressive or offensive language, we may end the call. All calls are
Just having my second coffee.
to report a repair or discuss an existing repair, press 1. To make a payment using our
I'll have my second coffee.
discuss your rent account,
Took me meds.
3. To talk to us about moving home or renting a garage.
Oh, let's not go through that. There you go.
Good afternoon, you're through to Crosskeys Homes. This is Barbara speaking. How may I help?
Sorry, I didn't catch the name.
My name's Barbara.
Barbara?
Yep.
Okay, alright, Barbara. The phone's a little bit echoey, the phone line. I don't know why. I've only just plugged my phone back in first time this year. So happy 2025 to you all.
And happy 2025 to you as well.
Okay, right, my name's Paul Hobden. We better go through the joinder process first because I've got a little bit of information on property for you.
Okay, let me just get into the screen here. What's the first line of your address, please?
PE6 7LZ. I'll bring it straight up on your computer. Unpause it again. Right, it's just a simple thing today. I've received the £100 voucher for my gas, which I duly went and put on just before the cold snap started. I'm going to take you back as I speak now to when the guy came round to do the stock check. And advised me to get a new boiler, which that was a new boiler a couple of years ago, because I signed for the boiler. There's been nothing wrong with the boiler until we started having these extra gas safety checks, which I said, look, I only had one a few months ago, and now I've got another one. Right, so each time they come around and mess about with these boilers, some of these tradesmen are setting up work for the next time. I've noticed that on the electrical work that's been done here. Right, so what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with the boiler, but currently I'm having to top up the water pressure in the boiler every time I don't keep the heating on. All right, so last night I left the boiler on just to test that theory out once and for all, because you know I can't sleep while I'm sweating. So of a night time when I'm going to sleep, I've got 2 quilts on my bed, 4 dogs on my bed, so I turn the heating off at the thermostat. Yeah, but leaving the boiler on. I get up in the morning, the same thing this morning, E1 morning. And it's just underneath the water pressure that it needs to fire the boiler up. So somewhere, and I've gone round all the radiators downstairs, because I'm living in a bungalow, no leaks on the pipework, no leaks on the radiators. So somewhere up in the loft or in the boiler area, there's a tiny leak and it's leaking water pressure. Now I've got wet patches on the ceilings, which is what I've said to the landlords. I said, do you want to go and have a look up in this loft and we'll get to the bottom of this once and for all, because I keep getting told, no, it's not that, and it's not that that's causing the mildew, and well, where's the water pressure going? Water is escaping from the boiler system, and it shouldn't be.
Which room is which room is the watermark shown in the ceiling?
Well, I've got it in my bedroom and also in the spare bedroom as well. Well, what I call the spare bedroom, it's going to be turned into the dog's bedroom now, so I can get a proper solid night's sleep. So all I'm asking for today is what date will the gas safety check be? Because the last guy that came out to do it said, look, if the water pressure drops, you only need to do this anyway. Well, I knew that anyway, so the top-up pipe's still connected, and you know, whenever I spot this E1 warning, I'm checking it out to make sure if it's this or if it's that, and trial and errors just telling me the same thing over and over again. As soon as I top the water pressure up a little bit, bang, the boiler fires straight up.
Yeah.
So it is a leak in the loft.
Okay, so sorry to cut you short.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm speaking for recording, aren't I?
What I'll need to say is try and get you through to a repairs team, because they're
Well, this is what I'm saying. I can cope with topping the boiler up until the official gas safety check time is, and then sort it out on that. Rather than have 2 or 3 visits for gas safety checks, which is just, you know.
So at the moment, there's no one available. Are you happy? There's no one waiting in the queue.
Yeah, I can keep topping the boiler up until it is official gas safety check. I don't want constant visitors to the property because I've got health problems that I need space and time to work through. My property is now all clean after the last check. The last little job I've got to do, I've sorted the kitchen out, I've sorted the front room out, I've sorted the bathroom out. Everything's all nice and clean through the property. You know, they caught me in a depressive patch last time and classed the property as poor. You know, well, sorry, judge me for my disability and my depression and anxiety and all that. I don't really give a monkeys. You know, what I say to you when I'm communicating with your company is truthful. I'm not messing you about. So, you know.
So are you happy for me to try and get you through to our repairs team?
No, I don't need it. That's what I'm saying. I'll just keep topping the boiler up. When they come out to do the boiler check, they'll put right that problem anyway and say what the actual problem is as plumbers. Other than that,
so
I want to be left alone.
What's the water coming through the ceiling?
It's been happening for over a year, so they haven't sorted the problem out, even though I've kept saying it.
Yeah.
So they're not treating it as an immediate problem. So we'll leave it alone until they come out and safety check the boiler. Currently, I'm moving all the stuff out the kitchen area around the boiler, which is what I told them on their last visit, which was just before Christmas, what I was going to be doing there. So I'm just sorting that area out there and cleaning up the mildew on the wall and getting ready to decorate around that boiler, and clearing it all out so they can come and sort the boiler area out. That's the next job, and the mildew in the bathroom that I've got to sort out. That's the only thing I've got to do inside the property now.
Just going to pop you in a short hold.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, put me on hold to rebook the appointment anyway.
Hi, thank you for holding. I'm really sorry, but I really need to get you through to repairs regarding the leaks in the ceiling. So if you bear with me, I'll try and get you through straight away before anyone else comes through, okay?
Well, it's up to you if you want to do that. It just means I've got to be in the property to, you know, and they might catch me on a bad day, so this is why I'm trying to keep all visits to this property down. But you're overriding me yet again and saying it's got to be done that way. When your company didn't care before this point, so why are they caring now?
Okay, so it's just because you come through to the first point of call.
I know.
Make sure we're doing everything to help you. So let me try and get you through, okay?
Okay,
really
up
appreciate
to
your
you.
patience speaking to them.
Yeah, up to you. I literally get annoyed and frustrated when they keep sending round nosy bastards to keep checking and fucking what's he doing in there, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to be left alone in life. So this is why I record all interactions with them now.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, yes, my name's Emmanuel from Crosskey Repair Centre.
Okay, right, yeah.
Hi, yes, my colleagues just advised me you're having a bit of an issue with your boiler. You're having to top it up every time. Is that correct?
Well, this is what I'm saying to them. They put me through to the repair centre. I am due a gas boiler safety check, which we get usually after every winter. So they come round, check the boiler. But this has been going on for ages. I've had wet patches on my ceiling, so it could be a pipe problem up in the loft. But my water pressure on my boiler I have to top up at the moment every time I don't use the boiler overnight. I've been trial and error in it to see what the problem is, and I leave the thermostat on with the heating on all night. The water pressure doesn't disappear. If I turn the thermostat off so I don't overheat myself, sleeping under 2 quilts with 4 dogs on my bed, I don't need the heating on of the night time, even during this cold snap, because I produce too much body heat myself. So I've left the boiler on, turn the thermostat off, and then I wake up in the morning with an E1 warning on the boiler, which is telling me I need to top up the water pressure a little bit. So leaving the boiler on, I'll just turn the tap on slightly on the water fill up valve thing, fill it up slightly, and the boiler fires up straight away. So turn the water pressure off. That way I know I've put it the exact amount of water pressure in now, and away the boiler goes with no problem. So I don't know if it's a boiler problem or if there's a leak in the system up in the loft. You know, that's for them to sort out. But this has been going on for ages, and the more I try to tell them about it, it's like, yeah, well, it's creating mould and mildew all around the property. And I've been right about this because I've been, you know, well, if you keep trying to send loads of people round, blah blah blah, it's not doing anything but just making the problem worse. So let me trial and error it, and I'll get to the bottom of the problem for you, and then I can communicate it properly with you. But this is what I found. So I don't know if it needs the gas safety check on the boiler first and make sure the boiler's okay. I've been told by Cross Keys when they came to do their gas safety check, their stock check on the property. Let me get the wording right of this because I'm recording this call, the whole call, including before speaking to your good self here. When they come and done the stock check for the whole property, they told me to claim for a new boiler. Well, the boiler's only been up there a few years because I signed for that one as well. So there shouldn't be anything wrong with the boiler. It was a brand new boiler. But where I keep getting all these out of, I'm trying to think of the words to use, where I get more gas safety checks than I should do in a year, where it's just an excuse to come and snoop in the property, they've done something to the boiler and it's now acting up all the time because they want me to claim for a new one and it doesn't need replacing. Right? It's just, there's a problem here that's causing this mildew problem, but now it's causing the mildew problem. Now they're rushing and falling over themselves to get it all sorted out. So make that what you will. I've just reported the fault that I've found on it, and it's something to do with water leakage because I'm having to top up the water on it.
Right, no, Phil, so right, so with the one, the fact that it keeps losing pressure, it very well there could be a leakage somewhere, which is what's causing that pressure to keep.
Yeah, it could be at the boiler or it could be up in the loft because I've got wet patches on my ceiling.
Absolutely right. So with this one, I can see there is a gas safety check that is on the system, but there is no date of yet as to when that is being carried out.
Yeah, I can keep chopping up the pressure. It's not a problem for me. I have PTSD and a lot of other problems with my disability. I suffer from depression, so basically I need to be left alone to heal from that. That's why it frustrates me and gets me so annoyed when they keep sending people round to mess with me when I want to be left alone. I don't want constant visits and checks on the property. There's nothing wrong going on here but their lack of care to the property. Right, you see what I'm coming from, and every time I try to say that, it's like, oh, well, you're being, we'll provoke you, we'll get you all rolled up on the phone, we'll override you, we'll do this, we're, and then I'm antisocial, aren't I? you get where I'm coming from? So they're playing on my disability when I need to be left alone to heal. So I'm quite happy to wait for the gas safety check and just keep topping up the boiler. If it is like I've said it is, then if it causes any damage to the property, then they've got to replace and repair the damage to the property. It's not come from my misuse of the appliances in the property. Everything's as it should be in here. Okay.
I feel understand that. Right, I feel understand. I mean, the thing with that is basically looking to avoid, obviously, with that property, or saying causing any damage to that.
Yeah, well, the wet patches are in the ceiling, the mould and mildew's already in the plasterwork, so yeah, what can I say? That's them. That's down to them not sorting this problem out. I said I might get advice about it, but I'm trying to work with the landlords to avoid that now. By being courteous and being a normal human being. I'm not a money-chasing, money-grabbing person, so I don't need to make a claim out of it. I'm quite happy living here, but I have health problems that I need to be left alone with sometimes. And I'm trying to work with the landlords to be a decent tenant, Sometimes I just need to be left alone.
Yeah.
So I am an ex-building trade person, so I do know what I'm looking for when I'm fault finding like that. What else can I say? Hopefully I've communicated the correct information to you in this phone call, and I'll leave it with you. Like I said, I'm quite happy to wait for the gas safety check. It will be January, February anyway. It's a yearly thing, so I'm quite happy to wait for that, and then then they're not having to have the burden of extra people coming round getting extra pay for stuff that doesn't need to be that way. Because that's what puts our rent up, isn't it? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, none of I feel where you're coming from. I'm like I said, with this, the best thing that I can advise in regards to is looking to will be to get a gas engineer out to have a look at this one for yourself.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. I've got no problem doing that. Currently, I'm trying to sort out around the boiler area. I've cleaned out all the paper waste and burnt that just before Christmas. I'm just getting ready to de-mildew the walls around the boiler and put a worktop in there, so make it easier for the boiler checks, which was what I told them when they came out to inspect it last time. But due to my depression, they caught me in a depressive state last time when they came round, so the property was all messy, and they judged me on that and said, well, it's all poor and this is that, and shift the blame onto me, and it's okay then. So we'll just let it continue then until I find the problem and locate, and transmit that information to them, and then they could say, oh, we've got that in recorded calls, he's saying like this, and then when they come round and check and see it is like that, then it's like, oh, okay. Do you see what I mean? I'm trying not to be awkward. I don't need to make a claim. I'm quite comfortable living the way I'm living at the moment. So there you go. I'm trying to help you and work with you, not be a problem. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm like, what I'll do in regards to, I'll get a job raised up for a gas engineer so they can come out to have a look at this one. Obviously, I understand. You're happy. You're more than happy to.
I'm quite happy to wait. I can keep topping the boiler up. Like I said, I only have to do it in the morning when I get up and turn the thermostat back on again. I'll get the E1 warning, so I'll just top it up a little bit more. But it's not taking a lot of water pressure to top it up, if you see what I mean. So it's only a very tiny leak.
No, of course. I'm like I said, with this, what I'll do, obviously, so rather than I'll keep you having to keep doing that every morning.
Yeah.
I'll get someone.
Yeah, it's no skin off my nose. I'll let the dogs out, so I'm at the back door. I'll just turn the water pressure up a little bit and then turn the valves back off again, so I'm not overloading the system.
No, of course.
Okay.
And at the moment, is the heat and the hot water working?
Yeah, everything's working fine. It's just a case of my illnesses preventing me from living correctly all the time. You know, but that's what happens. It's just what's been done to me over the time while I've been living at this property. I never used to be like this. But it is what it is. I'm just learning to manage and live with the conditions that I'm now stuck with. It's all about moving forward and healing now. That's all I can do. So, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, of course. Right, what I'll do, I'll just get this raised and I'll let you know when they'll come out to just to have a look at the boiler.
Okay, you won't be able to phone because, like I said, I have to unplug my phone now because at the last check what they came out to do, they put my phone number on blast because I do record the phone calls. They was trying to connect me to Joinder in my own property. And I was recording at the time and had just woken up and hadn't had a chance to pause the video, so they put my phone number on blast on the internet. So, okay, so my phone will be unplugged, so if you'd like to send that in writing and I'll get it. Okay.
So now I'll let you know the dates now. So it's
right, okay.
The 22nd of January.
The 22nd of January. Okay, yep, no problem at all.
Would you prefer an AM or would you prefer PM?
PM's better for me because of the medication and sleep patterns and all that.
Sure, of course. Okay, so I'll book that in for Wednesday the 22nd as a PM appointment.
Okay.
1 and 6:30.
Okay,
Come round
yep.
to have a look at the boiler just to look to get that resolved for yourself, so you're not having to top it up every morning yourself when you wake up. So Wednesday the 22nd, they'll come out to have a look at that one for you.
Yeah, it's no problem. Like I said, it's, the landlords, I understand that the landlords are trying to cover themselves legally for the mildew issue, but What can I say? If it's the water that's causing the mildew issue, it's not condensation, is it? Which is what I've been saying all along. So for them to sort of come round, wave electronic devices around my building, trying to blind me with science when I'm not an idiot, you know, water creates mildew, does it not? If it's left.
Yeah, no, of course.
There you go. So, you know, blinding me with science doesn't work when you know about the building trade, does it? Okay?
No.
All right, then. If I leave you in peace, have a lovely day. Have a lovely 2025. If you, like I said, if you want to send it as a confirmation letter, that'd be much appreciated. Because I do forget things. I've got an incoming call at the moment, which is going to distract me putting it on my phone. You see what I mean? Okay?
Yeah.
All right, then. Lovely. Can you put that in writing and send it to me then, please? Okay?
Of course.
Thank you.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hang on, son. Ugh, me bedhead. I had a lovely night's sleep as well, so, alright, let's just sort it out. Well, you got your tail wagging, have you? We being silly, we ain't got frustrated with the landlords today. Yeah, I could fucking sort it out, but no, I got hats. Keep it under an hat. It's just an extra layer of fur, but at least I've got all my own hair, and I. Have a lovely day, folks. Yay. Boing.